In this video, we're going to talk about winning products and how they behave and how you can make sure that every single product you test, you actually notice if it's a winner or a loser. So there's two different scenarios. It's those super winners which just instantly work and everything basically just pops off like crazy from the start. There's break-even products which turn into winners, there's break-even products which turn into losers, and there's losing products, okay? So those are kind of the categories, and we're going to have to dissect every single one. Let's start with those super winners. Those are just one of those cases where you instantly will know if it's that. And I have a pretty good analogy for this one, because when I was a kid, I remember how I went to like a fishing trip with my dad. And we're there, and I was constantly pulling the fishing rod, and I was thinking that there's a fish, but there was none, okay? And I was just feeling some little wave, and every single time I felt this wave, I was pulling. And at some point, he explained to me, listen, you're gonna know when a fish is there. You're not gonna have to ask me 25 times, and you're not gonna have to pull it out. You're just gonna know, because the force of that fish is gonna be strong enough that you're for sure 100,000% are gonna feel it, okay? And after catching the first fish, I've actually never had this problem again, and I really knew when a fish is there and when it's not, okay? Here it's the same exact thing. If you just see this once, you're gonna see how crazy it is to have the super winner, because everything you try is just making you profits. It doesn't matter what interests you test, doesn't matter what you do, it just is profitable overall. And this happens, however, you shouldn't constantly wait for this and rely for only this winner, all right? If you're testing in the European market, I would actually only aim for those super winners. I would not even consider break-even products to be good, because in the Europe market, it's just either winner or loser, and that's it. And you should just mass test like crazy, test like 3 to 5 products per day for a few weeks, find one which instantly blows up, and that you scale and make all the money back which you lost, and you don't even lose that much, because those super winners you literally notice within the first $100 spending, and sometimes even way less. So sometimes the first $25 it just goes crazy, okay? Now you're not going to notice the super winner if you don't have a warmed up Facebook page, if you don't have a warmed up Facebook account, and if you don't have a warmed up pixel. Okay, so those things need to be there, and you need to warm them up first. Now the break-even products, I personally like a lot, okay? It's gonna happen a lot where you test something and you have profitable ad sets and unprofitable ad sets and profitable ads and unprofitable ads, and some things work, some things don't, some days good, some things bad. It's just like this whatever thing which you should leave running, and you should not kill the product, definitely, but it's not the super one, okay? And I really like this scenario because I'm pretty good at changing that around and actually turning them into winners, okay? And the reason for that is something which I want to teach you here. It's basically that you shouldn't look at the overall profit or loss you make. You should only segment everything. Let's say you test a product in the top 5 countries with 3 different ads, and 4 ad sets are doing great and 8 ad sets are doing bad, as an example, okay? So overall you're breaking even, and you're like, yeah, but it's not profitable, so I should kill this product. But when you dive very, very deep into what actually is happening and really analyze the data, you can, for example, see that 1 out of the 3 ads is outperforming everything in Australia, and you're crazy profitable with that one ad in Australia, as an example, okay? And then you found this one segment, which is super profitable. And you see inside of that one segment, you basically have a super winner. So what you do then is you make another ad set with only Australia, with only that ad, and you see how that does. And in a lot of the cases, you're just gonna see that it goes crazy. And it doesn't even have to be one ad plus one country. It can be only the country. For example, you just go on the breakdowns on Facebook and you look at how much money you spent on Facebook on that one country. And then you go through your orders and see how many people from that country actually bought. And you're gonna see sometimes 95% of the budget Facebook spent is on Canada, but you have like 50% of your sales from the US, for example. And then you're gonna understand, all right, wait. So with only $5 spent, I actually made 4 sales, which is just crazy, and now I have to test US only. So you need to understand what segmenting is. And if you do truly understand that, everything is gonna be way easier. Now, sometimes you will not have this. And sometimes you're just gonna see that everything is breaking even and all of your ads are doing okay and all of the countries are doing similarly all right. And this is more annoying, okay? And if this happens, you're just gonna have to start testing a lot of offers, testing a lot of creatives, and there's a very specific way on how to do that, but we're gonna cover this in a different video. But the most important part with a break-even product is keep testing more products at the same time. Most people, when they see a break-even product, unfortunately think that they need to only focus their time on that, and there's nothing else. They forget about testing anything new. And that's a really big problem, because sometimes a break-even product can be breaking even for a month. And then you basically lost a month of your time without testing a second product just because you thought that this is going to be good. And in a lot of the cases after a month, the break-even product turns out to be bad and you just wasted time. Okay? So it's just crucial to keep testing products in the background over and over and over again. And obviously also split test a lot of things on the break-even product. However, you cannot just stop with testing and think that this is your main priority and this is the only thing you should focus on. And then there's this last category of products which you just test and nothing works at all. And sometimes it can again be some kind of Facebook issue that you're shadow banned or your feedback score is bad or something external. But in most of the cases, it's just that your product sucks and you have no idea what you're doing. And basically one more thing I would do is test a different offer and test a different ad. If that doesn't work, you just kill the product and move on. And you shouldn't lose more than like $100 on something like this. If you just see that nothing is working, leave it alone, move on, don't get emotionally attached. And that's that. So I know all of this can be really confusing. And this is exactly the reason why I have a mentoring program where I constantly have calls with you where I find out if you're going in the right or wrong direction. And I tell you what to split test on one product, how many more products you need to test, how to select products, how to make sure that you actually only test products which have the highest potential to be the super winner, and also how to then scale that product and brand it and do everything professionally in the long run. If you're interested in that, click the link below, sign up for a free consultation session. We're going to find out if we're a good fit. If yes, we're going to get started and basically talk to you there.